Who was the guy?
Locker room time.
Rather.
It's time to step into the locker room on a feel good Friday morning. Yes, for the final time this week, we get to talk sports. And this is what we get to do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the Smooth Breakfast here on Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life, love sports as well. My name is Ayokunmi Kekerieko, and we're grateful to have you join us once again. It is always a pleasure having you with us. And you can join us as always. We're looking to hear from you. Of course, I'm not alone on this one. I have with me, joined in the studio, the one and only, looking absolutely fantastic, Tega Supreme. Tega, good morning to you.
Good morning. Looking fantastic in pink. We are not dressing in green today. Let's not jinx anybody.
Hmm.
All right.
That's why I'm wearing green and white.
We are wearing African prints, but it can be any African country. It can be Algeria that's qualified for World Cup.
Or
It can be
Morocco.
Egypt.
Hmm.
Do you understand? It can
Options,
be
options
options
day.
day. So we are wearing African print. Doesn't mean. But yeah, we are going to be trying to support the Super Eagles. This is the first time I've seen that the Super Eagles are playing, and everywhere is quiet. Usually myself and my colleagues would have those people that are going to Lesotho would have been telling them to give us pictures and videos. We'll be posting,
Hmm.
we'll be hyping the boys, but everybody is a bit humble.
Oh,
We don't want to go to Twitter space and cry.
at all.
So,
Mm-mm.
but the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be in action today. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the Flying Eagles that their wings were clipped. They didn't even
They
have
didn't have
wings
wings.
before they even
They
went.
have wings.
But the lack of wings was exposed against Argentina. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about what's happening with the women in Wuhan for the 1000 Masters. I
Right.
can tell you for free this morning, I watched one of the most disappointing matchups I've seen in my life. Elena Rybakina taking on Sabalenka, and it ended in straight sets. In fact, it was so horrible. I wanted to ask Rybakina, if you knew you're going to play like this, why did you waste your flight ticket? Just stay in your house. Anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the men and what's happening with the men in China also. And then we'll touch a little bit on World Cup qualifying around the world.
Correct.
But before we do all that talking, for some reason, I have fallen in love with marathons and I have to talk about it. The Lagos Women Run. So all of you that have sisters, wives,
Mm.
mothers, tell them on the 8th of November in Lagos State, rain will not be falling that time. So you have no excuse to say cold will catch you. Lagos Women Run will be taking place on the 8th of November. I'm telling you now, so you have time to train, to stretch.
Have you trained?
I'm going to be covering the news now. Somebody has to cover the news. Not everybody will be running.
Of course.
I don't like the way people are behaving
No,
like
it's
this.
okay. It's okay.
I'm
I'm
doing
not
my
asking.
job. That's always my excuse. I'm doing my job. All right. So, but the rest of you, you must train,
Mm.
train, hydrate, and let's see if we can get all the women in Lagos ready to keep fit for the Lagos Women Run. Sorry, taking place on the 8th of
Right. Sorry about that, Tiger. Well, Lagos Women Run is coming up, and in the locker room this morning, you can join us on WhatsApp. You can join us on YouTube as well. The WhatsApp number is 0911 That is the WhatsApp number. We're also on YouTube. We're streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You should also join us on YouTube because you can see the colors I'm wearing in the studio. Yes, it was very unintentional, very, very unintentional, but I guess it kind of worked out in that way. Anyways, those are the ways you can join us in the locker room this morning. All right, let us talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Just a moment. Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, story says Africa's top stars Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman will spearhead Nigeria's push for maximum points when the Eagles face the Crocodiles of Lesotho in a crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying encounter at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane, South Africa this evening.
Yes, and so they are playing in South Africa.
Enough said.
The good news is South Africa is also playing today. So I think that kind of helps the Super Eagles because, fans. But then the South Africans in Polokwane
Mm,
will show up for that because South Africa will be in Durban.
Right.
So the South Africans in Durban will be there for South Africa, and then those in Polokwane will be there for Lesotho.
The
But
irony.
it's going to be interesting. Ola Aino is injured. No Cyril Dressers, no Bright Osai, no Raphael Onyedika. Those are our injuries. But Victor Smen is back. So the
Right.
good news is that he's hungry for goals, he's hungry to perform, and hopefully he's hungry to go to the World Cup. You know. But the thing is, at this point in time, like we've been saying, our fate is no longer in our hands. So
Mm,
Nigeria has to win today's match, and then hope that South Africa drop points. That's the important thing is South Africa has to drop points
correct.
because regardless of if Nigeria win their next two matches, if South Africa wins their next two matches, it's of no consequence. So it's going to be a tough one for the Super Eagles. Now, some people are even angry. They're saying, even if South Africa drop points, they're not sure the Super Eagles can win 6 points.
Exactly what we've been saying. Exactly what we've been saying.
And I just want you to be a little hopeful. And I understand what it is. You cannot judge people on potential. You have to judge them on performance. Their performance for the World Cup qualifying is ironic because the World Cup qualifying and the AFCON qualifying kind of took place simultaneously.
Yeah, it was kind of like
There was an overlap
yeah,
at some
overlapped
point.
at some points because
Yeah.
we played Benin qualifiers for
Yes.
AFCON. I think we beat them there,
So
lost in the World Cup
do you
qualifiers to the
understand?
same
So to
team
the
as
same team.
well.
So you're looking at there was an overlap in the AFCON qualifying and the World Cup qualifying.
Mm,
Why wasn't there an overlap in the form? Because we qualified excellently for AFCON.
I don't understand.
So it's a tough one, but Nigerians be hopeful. I like the fact that everybody's humbled, because usually you see videos coming out from the Super Eagles camp saying, "Oh, we've arrived, Africa,
Nothing like that
motherland."
too.
Nothing like that. We don't know whose new music who loves. We don't, do you understand? Nobody knows what anybody is listening to, and that usually would have been the atmosphere around the Super Eagles. So I'm believing that everybody's focused, and there are also rumors that if head coach Eric Shell can't qualify us for the World Cup, he'd be replaced for AFCON. Is rumors, is rumors. No solid thing. NFF has not come out with an official statement. Neither one of Eguavon or anybody else who was mentioned has come out with an official statement. So this is me just telling you that all those are rumors. Do not run with it. All right. So the important thing is everybody's focused on the World Cup qualifying, and Eric and his boys will come out today against Lesotho at 5 p.m.
Mm.
So come with your hopes and your prayer points. Hallelujah challenge started this week. So if you have not been praying for Nigeria, I don't know who you have been praying for. All right. And there's NSPPD this morning. You can join quickly. It's not too late. And pray for Nigeria because that's what we'll need to qualify against Lesotho.
Yes, indeed. Nigerian Super Eagles need your prayer. Another team that definitely needs your prayer, the Flying Eagles. Yes, because six-time champions Argentina handed Nigeria a heavy 4-0 defeat on Wednesday night in Santiago, knocking the Flying Eagles out of the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. You mentioned them not having wings. Tega, clearly they didn't drink a certain beverage to get themselves going.
Just even if they drank that beverage, the wings will come out. I remember I was telling you that we qualified for the next round, but I was talking about the performance and not the results.
Yes.
They just look like they met each other in Chile, like everybody arrived separately from their father's house
I
and,
just met on the
and
pitch
just
for the
met on
first
the pitch
time.
for the first time because their passes, their communication, they came there. There was no strategy. So these guys were headless. This 4-0 is a very respectable scoreline.
I think so as well.
The first goal came in 2 minutes into the match. I put my hand on my head. I said, "This is going to be a long night," And for the first time, the match was on when Nigerians were on. It was as if they wanted to show us Pepe.
I think that was 8:30 p.m. or
Yes,
thereabouts.
that the first time because those matches, the earlier matches were later in the day. This one they wanted to show Nigerians exactly what Nigerians were suffering. It was a tough one to watch because usually you see that even if Nigerians don't go far or qualify, there'll be one or two players you can say, "Oh, if you groom this boy well, he
Mm.
can go all the way to the senior national team." We didn't see that. In fact, we couldn't see anything. We couldn't see past the beating. that we're receiving at the hands of Argentina. And it just comes back to what we've been doing with growing football in the country. Like everything else in the country, I always tell people you can't expect sports to work when the rest of the ecosystem is also dysfunctional. But like everything else in the country, enough attention has not been put on growth and development. I mean, even look at your Super Eagles team. A lot of your players come from, you know, countries that develop the players and then gave them to Nigeria. There's a difference between I'm African and I'm of African descent, and
That is
that's what
true.
we have at the Super. So when you think about it, well, that's what we have at the Super Eagles level. So at this point in time, um, the younger ones are towing the line. So NFF needs to do something about grassroots. Too much attention being focused on the Super Eagles, and if you don't get grassroots right, I can tell you for free, you will not get the Super Eagles right.
Mm. And if you look at virtually all our grassroots teams, the under
Yeah, and
20s, under
under 17, look
17s,
at, just think about it. When Nigeria was winning the AFCON, where were the bulk of your players from? From home.
and as we did now, home is home get
So,
a CB.
something that the NFF needs to look at.
Okay, let's leave football for now. Let's head into the courts and talk some tennis.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
defending champion Sabalenka
yeah.
this morning. Early hours of no, well, not early hours because that match just finished. She won against Rybakina 6-3, 6-3. In fact, she broke Rybakina twice in the second set, and Rybakina came back. It was, I would say, one of the poorest displays I've seen by Rybakina. Not to take anything away from Arena Sabalenka. Usually, this fixture is a tough one,
Mm.
and there are times, especially most recently, you'd see Rybakina coming out tops. On this day, Rybakina looked a shadow of herself. Now, in China, they already have a name that they give Sabalenka, because they say she's a daughter of China because she's had 19 wins. Then I think yeah, she has not lost yet. So she loves China. She goes there, she wins her tournaments, she wins her matches, and just easily, not a tough one. So when she got the draw against Rybakina, I thought, oh, she's about to meet something that will test her. I was shocked. Rybakina looked like she wasn't ready to play at all.
I wonder what happened.
I wonder what happened. Straight sets win for Sabalenka. She didn't really break a sweat. There was one or two frustrations when Rybakina broke her back, but really she didn't break any sweat to beat Rybakina. Terrible one. And so her run in Wuhan continues. But on the other hand, Jessica Pegula has fought every single day just to reach here. This morning again, she got into another three setter. Yesterday it was three setter. This morning she got into another three setter with Siniakova. But fortunately this was a shorter one because she bageled Siniakova 6-love in the second set and then she won the third set 6-3. But she has had to battle her way to where Sabalenka has just had to hop to. So it's a really tough one. Later on today, Coco Golf will be in action,
Okay.
and then Igas Fiontek will be in action. So let's wait to see how those pan out.
Hmm. As it is hot out there on the women's side in China. Let's take a break, and when we come back in, we'll be talking about the elder statesman Novak Djokovic, who is just trying to stay alive out there. What does that mean? On the other side of this, Locker Room Smooth 98.1.
I was laughing at Nigeria, and then I choked. Ayo, I can't believe you
Don't
did that
worry.
to me.
It's not a sign. It's not a sign. Don't worry. It's not a sign of anything.
Why don't you close these pages that we have read?
Bad habits.
So that we can see our messages. You made me to choke. I wanted to say something bad. I will not say anything bad again. Look at terrible. But I'll be trying to say, Ayokunmi. Hey. So I've determined now. I wasn't determined before.
It's not like you're determined.
Um, Yesterday, I was looking at this 62-year-old woman on Instagram. If you see her body, now she had a 36-year-old daughter who looked like me. I'm like, you should be ashamed if that's how your mother looks and then you look like this. No, she's fit, but but she's not fit like her mother. If you see her mother looks like an athlete. Her mother looks like Delilah. Do you know Delilah Muhammad, the 400-meter hurdle American?
I'm not sure I do.
Google. Google is your friend. That's how her mother looks. Her mother looks like she competes week in, week out. Mohammed, explain to you. Yeah, that's how her mother looks.
Huh.
Look at the body.
And she's
She's
62.
62. The girl looks like me. The 36-year-old daughter looks like me. I would be ashamed if that were my mother. And both of them were dancing in the gym. I was like, you're dancing in the gym. Your mother is working out. Look at your life. But yeah, that's my future ambition now. So I need bigger dumbbells. I want to lift heavier now.
People were saying it that day.
I did not have the money. Why are they selling dumbbells per kg? Why can't they sell it per set? They did not go to school. How can you sell dumbbells per kg? I don't like wicked people. I don't like wicked people. Sell it per set. If I want to buy 2 sets of dumbbells, you sell. Not that you be selling it per kg.
You know, it's better to just buy the adjustable ones. They can increase the weight and decrease it.
Yeah, but each kg costs money.
But if you're buying an 8 kg pair, 10 kg pair, you're buying that's a lot of pairs. Dumbbells. Probably will be expensive also.
You're still paying kg. Let's go.
Okay. Welcome back into the locker room. We are having such a great time here on a Feel Good Friday morning. This is Smooth 98.1. I love music, love life, love sports as well. If you're just tuning in, it's 33 minutes past 8 a.m. 10/10/25, 10th day of October 2025. My name is Ayokunmi Tega Supreme, also here with me in the studio. We're having so much fun talking sports. You guys join us as well. So please do hop on WhatsApp, hop on the YouTube live stream as well. WhatsApp is 0911-999-0981. 0911-999-0981. You can also join us on YouTube, Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. All right, let's talk about the elder statesman Novak Djokovic. Now, he conceded he was just trying to stay alive, in quotes, as he overcame grueling conditions to reach the semifinals of the Shanghai Masters.
I just don't like the drama this guy puts up. You know, he'll be doing as if he's about to die. I'm wilting. I'm dying.
And then snake
My leg
bites.
is paining me. And then he will not lose a point in all of this. Because Juju Bex, he faced Juju Bex yesterday. And Juju Bex came in thinking, oh, he's struggling physically. I'm going to beat him. Juju Bex learns like everybody else. Do not look at what Djokovic is doing. Play your tennis. There was this point that Djokovic looked like he was going to lose it 4 points ago. He won that point. Juju Banks was in shock, and I was telling him, "You have been watching this man since you were a baby."
I mean,
But when people get distracted by his antics on the other side of the net, I don't even blame him now for his gamesmanship. I blame the other people. What are you doing? If he looks like he's dying, dig a grave and bury him inside. don't don't get carried away. Don't get comfortable. Don't get distracted. Do like Yannick Sinner. That's why I like Yannick Sinner. Yannick Sinner, if you fall on the floor, Yannick Sinner will win his points, do a fist pump to his team,
come on, check.
then he'll come and walk over and say, "Are you fine?" Be like Yannick Sinner. That's why he's world number. No, now he's world number 2. But that's why he was world number 1 for so long. Be like Yannick Sinner. All these people just get distracted. And so when Djokovic says, "I'm trying to stay alive, I was suffering," just hiss and move on. Because I don't care how much he's suffering, that guy doesn't give up. And so when you look at it right now, like I said, the minute that Alcaraz didn't show up in Shanghai and that Yannick Sinner had to withdraw because of cramps, the only obvious winner is Novak Djokovic. You see this staying alive he's saying. He's going to stay alive till he wins this trophy. That's what it is.
Maybe after something can happen, but at least for now.
For now.
You have to give it to the man. I mean, that is why on the men's circuit he's still holding on so close to the top 2. All the others, I don't know what they're doing.
They can't compete. They can't.
I don't know what they're doing, really and truly. Anyways, away from tennis, let's head back to the football pitch and let's talk England, where Thomas Tuchel blasted England's silent fans for failing to back his team loudly enough during their 3-0 friendly win over Wales at Wembley on Thursday.
First of all, it was not a bad performance. And then Arsenal fans, I want to tell you something. You see that thing that Bukayo Saka used to do? Let me give you small gossip before I go to the analysis. You see that thing that Bukayo Saka used to do when he's playing for Arsenal? He want to dribble 10 people before he'll pass people. If you see the goal he scored yesterday for England, no dribble. Oh. He just shifted the ball once and called it into the top of the net. End of discussion. So if people are paying him salary, people should just be playing that video, telling him this is what you should be doing. I don't want to see any dribbles in your life again. But going back to the match, it was a friendly and it was against Wales. They were always going to win, regardless of all the key players that are missing. First of
Mm,
all, England has a plethora of talent. Their problem in England is which combination will fit.
right.
It's not who will play for us. They already have a plethora of talent. Their struggle is which cloth will I wear today that will fit me. That's what England struggles with. Okay, and so despite some of the players that were missing through injury,
Hmm.
England had a good team, and then they were playing against the Welsh team. I like what they did with the Alzheimer's people, with the Alzheimer's society. They brought them out for the match,
Right, right,
and
right.
then they celebrated them. But they came into the stadium, and England is playing. I expect a loud, you know,
Loud noise, energy, and
energy.
all that.
The people were like, "Oh, they scored. Well done. Okay, people have scored again. Okay, well done." And so Thomas Tuchel is angry. He feels like the support for England is not there. And I understand to an extent what he's saying. That look, this team played in the final of major tournaments. Played in the semi, did they got to the semi-final of the World Cup?
World Cup
Yeah. And
semifinals,
then the
Euro
finals of the
finals.
Euros. And so they are not performing poorly. Yes, I know you wanted it to come home. But by most countries' standard, if Nigeria plays in the final semi-final of the World Cup, people are
Ah,
finishing Africa.
hmm.
People will pack from Africa and leave me.
That's social media. You will
You
leave.
are dead. But so you can imagine, yes, they have not won the trophy, but they're achieving. But he feels like the fans are a bit dissociated from the team because the team have not yet brought a trophy. That's why he's slamming their silence. It's not necessarily because it's the first time he's heard a quiet stadium. Is that why are people not backing this team
Hmm,
as loudly as he should? I totally understand with him.
hmm. England people, you can do better.
You can do better.
I
Listen,
mean, I mean, it could be worse. You could be Super Eagles supporter. So
exactly.
there's
So
that. All right, let's talking about qualifiers for the World Cup. Let's talk about Algeria, where Riyad Mahrez led from the front as Algeria became the fourth African nation to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup after cruising to a 3-0 win over Somalia.
well, Algeria did not go to have not gone to World Cup since 2014.
When did they in 2018?
No.
Huh. So it was 2014. Oh wow.
Mm,
I think they played Germany or something then, if I remember
I
correctly.
think so. I can't remember.
It's been a
But
while
yeah,
though.
but it's 2014. That was the last time they've been at the World Cup. So you can imagine how happy they were to qualify.
Yes, 2014.
Yeah. So you can imagine how happy they were to qualify for the World Cup. They beat Somalia by 3 goals to nil. We couldn't beat Lesotho. Ah, this thing is paining me. And now you're making me a prayer warrior just so that you can go to America for your own career. Well, what can I say? But Algeria has qualified, and I like the fact that the African nations that are qualifying to to go to the World Cup are actually nations that can give us something to look for. They have, first of all, they have cult heroes like Mahrez,
Mm,
but they also have teams that perform. So, uh,
exactly.
congratulations to Algeria. They've made it through. So they're the fourth African nation. Let's see how they go.
Let's see how exactly they go. Algeria, well done to you. Egypt as well. Man,
Yeah, Egypt and Mosala. We will come to that.
it's going to be stacked. Okay, let's talk about what went down in Europe. Well, Netherlands forward Cody Gakpo converted 2 penalties, while Tijani Reinders and Memphis Depay also scored in a 4-0 win away to Malta on Thursday.
Like I said, you beat the team in front of you. When I saw them
Straight up.
against Malta, it looked like a 3 point win. The question was by how many goals? The answer was by 4 goals. So they did the job that was in front of them. They didn't need to sprint. They just trotted down to the win. It was an easy job to get these 4 points against Malta. And like I said, they're beating the team in front of them. So, and that's what you need to do. Some people say there are no minnows in football. There are minnows in football. And when teams that are serious meet them, teams that are serious beat them. Also, I
Hmm.
thought actually,
Hmm.
I also actually thought that I took the Egypt story, but I have to talk about the Egypt story too, because
Because we spoke about
yeah,
Salah
because to
on
talk about Salah,
Wednesday.
and all this, you people flogged Salah too much. The guy vexed and went to Egypt and scored 2 goals for his country,
Bam.
just to say that he's not the problem. We really don't know who the problem is, so but he's saying I am not the one, all right? Because he scored. I also want to say somebody else that has proven that he's not the problem. Rasmus Højlund. He scored again yesterday, 2 goals for Denmark. Remember when let me tell you, let me not lie to you. At some point last season, I did not think Højlund was a footballer because of the way Manchester United made him look. But now he's performing for club
And for country.
Napoli and for country Denmark. So he is not the problem. Speaking of problems, we'll come to Manchester United.
The funny thing is, Patrick Dogu also assisted in that game. Come
Yes.
to Old Trafford.
The
Mm,
prob-
nah, assist. Anyway, Sha,
Speaking about the problem,
let's head over to Old Trafford, where Ruben Amorim, in 3 years to prove himself at Man United after co-owner Jim Ratcliffe insisted he would not make a knee-jerk decision about the under-fire manager's future.
I think his use of words that got to me. He said Ruben Amorim has 3 years to prove that he's a great coach. So in Ratcliffe's mind, Ruben Amorim is a great coach. He just needs 3 years to prove it to the rest of you. Because those are powerful. How can you say somebody needs 3 years to prove that he's a great coach? I don't. You need 3 years. If you need 3 years, you can't be a great coach. You're just a regular guy. After all, if anybody tries something for 3 years, they'll be good at it at some point. But yeah. So one or two things jumped out to me. Is it that Manchester United do not have the money to fire him?
Hmm.
Because you have to think about it. They wanted to renovate the stadium before,
Yeah.
and that plan has
That's
gone.
been quashed for now.
They've put it on hold. No, don't say quashed. It's on ice.
Okay, so nice. Inside cooler.
And be polite.
Oh,
It's on
okay.
ice for now. So maybe there's no money to fire him.
Man United and Brook in the same sentence. That's so odd.
Because if you want to tell me that Ratcliffe is really delusional to think that at some point Ruben Amorim is going to be the guy he believes he is, then I don't know what else to say. It's a tough task. Like we're talking about it. Rasmus Highland is doing very well in and very well in his country. Dogu is doing well in for his country at least. You see players leave Manchester United and go on to fit in and do so. Apart from Sancho, I don't know what Sancho is doing.
He's just all about
Just
Sawiti and partying.
he's tattooing random girls.
No, Sawiti. She's
No,
not
it's
random.
random because she said he was a client. She said he was a client, so it's a random girl.
She's a client.
Yeah,
He
that's
was a
what
client.
that's what she said.
Uh-uh.
That Sancho is a client.
Is she an event planner? Clients bow.
I don't know what she does for a living. I just know that he tattooed something. So do you understand? Apart from Sancho, we don't count him. It's not one of the serious. But even Rashford is one of the most performing players that Barcelona have at this point in time. And so when you look at all the situations, you now have to question who is the real problem. And then for the owner to come out and say that he's going to get 3 years to prove he's great. I just want to say I can pay for your therapy sessions, Ayokunmi. Whenever you're ready, just tell me when you're ready. I'll pay for the therapy sessions.
I'll let you know then.
All
I
right.
just have one question for Jim Ratcliffe though. Does it the 3 years will it be complete even if Amorim takes the team to the championship? I think
You have to let's take messages from people.
All right, let's start with AY from Oniru says, Ayokunmi, you look very smart this morning wearing the jersey of the world champions. Those Argentina boys are very wicked. They beat our Nigeria boys with absolute ruthlessness. Try. And the boys in the senior team are not any better. So let's the senior boys catch Super Eagles first. Taya just says, I wore yellow because it no concern me if Eagles do documentary for camp. NFF are through the squad under the bosses who should excise from Rubers. I'll wait for them in front. Under 20 is a case study of a failing team grooming football. Argentina gave us 2 portions of rice in both halves. Novak is an elder statesman for a reason. He wants to stay alive like the Bee Gees. Is San Marino a footballing nation? Because if they win, it'll be by mistake.
I'm telling you, they lost by 10
goals to nil.
And they said, thank God it's over. That was the social media post. You can't banter who is bantering themselves.
And people say there are no minnows in football.
And exactly.
Felix in Mende, Maryland says, "Good morning, Mr. Ayokunmi and Madam Tega. Happy weekend." I should
Happy
say.
weekend.
As per the Nigeria versus Lesotho match today, it's really sad that despite the increase of slots to 9, Nigeria finds herself in this situation. So sad.
I'm telling you, we keep forgetting that too. They
9
increased
from
Africa's
5 to
slots
9.
and we still may not make it.
Let me go to YouTube. They've lined up here. Uche Nawokoye, I see you. Go Eagles. Let's get the job done. You are the bigger team. Show your quality for once. Flying Eagles and the poor state of Niger football. Very glaring. We don't select on merit, but who you know.
LK Odogba, I was okay. I wanted to say something bad, so you know how it is.
Patrick Fire says, "Go Eagles and pretend to be chickens. Go and return, because no World Cup for you."
Yeah.
Ibrahim Hassan says, "Sorry, let's see what's on that 20."
Yes, let's blame it on them.
Vitaly says, "Morning, guys. Don't you think the Nigerian teams are performing bad based on the condition of the country?" You did say
Yeah,
that.
we alluded to that.
Ayefedada says, "I like your capo. Thank you. Those flying Eagles boys do not have wings, so they couldn't fly against Argentina. Even their elders that call themselves Super Eagles are also frauds." Uche Okoye says, "Every coach needs time. Slots and Liverpool are struggling because the key players are struggling. It's the same for United, and these players have played across multiple character coaches."
All right. So you think it's the players' fault? Um, I think it's the coaches and the management's fault.
I think they buried something in Old Trafford.
I think it's the coaches and the management's fault because, again, they are the ones that are bringing these players together. Well, on that note, whoever's fault it is, we'll find out by the end of the season if Manchester United survives another season or if they struggle and Ruben Amorim keeps his job. On that note, I want to thank you all for sending your messages. I love seeing messages like this to Locker Room. Thank you for streaming on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the Locker Room because without you, we are nothing. But on this note, this weekend, I beg of you, if there's anything you do today, say a little prayer for the Super Eagles. I want to go to the World Cup. On that note, have a fantastic weekend.
All right. Thank you so much, Tega. Have a great Friday, great weekend as well. Thank you all once again for keeping it tuned to the Smooth Breakfast and the Locker Room as well. We'll be back again on Monday at 8:15 for the Smooth Breakfast. We'll continue, no doubt. 9 o'clock, Lagos, a conversation to be had. October is World Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm going to be having a doctor in the studio to talk about that and so much more. Don't go anywhere. Keep it tuned.
It's true.